Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. I'm still in Texas, the Fort Worth area, and I'll be heading home in the morning, so I'll be home soon after you guys start watching this video. Great 2 days. Met with my client, and she's an amazing photographer, and she had a team of people, and we did all sorts of stuff, an interview, a lot of photo shoots. So I'll be sharing that stuff with you as I am able to. But it was a great 2 days and a lot of fun. So today's topic is going to be why blaming yourself and treating yourself like an enemy is a bad idea. So I realized that as I shot the video from yesterday, I didn't do the breathing. I don't know if anybody noticed or not. Didn't get a chance to read comments. But that was shot at the ranch where we did some of the shooting. And it was kind of bizarre because usually when I shoot these videos, I'm alone. And there I had an audience, which was kind of bizarre. But had to tune them out and just focus. So hope everybody's well. I'm looking forward to getting home, even though this was a fun trip. So, why blaming yourself and treating yourself as an enemy? It's a bad idea. All right. I've often said a poor self-esteem is not yours. You don't own it. You didn't create it. It was given to you by other people. I've never met a 2-year-old raised in a healthy environment that had a self-esteem problem. They think they're God's gift to the world. I'm amazing. I'm Superman. I'm awesome. I'm going to be a princess. I'm going to do whatever, right? And children don't have self-esteem problems until they are given them by the people they are surrounded with. Can be parents, grandparents, siblings, bullies in school. Even some friends can say some things that are less than ideal. And throughout our life, we learn that we're not good enough. We're not doing what we should do, or there's always blame, like, hey, that's your fault. And what I'm here to tell you is that making yourself the enemy never helps anything in any aspect of life. It just doesn't. There's no positive benefit of making yourself the enemy. Now let's talk about blame. A lot of people, when they first hear about this mind-body concept, you mean I'm not broken physically? Huh. Fascinating. Light bulb. Holy cow. Maybe I can get out of this. But then as they learn more about the mind-body aspect, in many cases, people's first reaction is, wait, you mean my brain's doing this to myself? My brain's making this pain? Why would my brain do this to me? And it must be my fault because I'm doing it to myself. No. Your brain, ever since you were conceived, its primary responsibility is safety and survival. Period. End of story. That's its primary responsibility. And it retains the right to do that with or without your permission. And I will say to you, having TMS, or what I refer to as a perceived danger response, symptoms or pain, is not your fault. You are not to blame. Let's reframe this. This is where you ended up. But you didn't do it to yourself. You didn't create it. You're not so messed up that your brain is causing symptoms. No. No, no, no. You're not. This is where you ended up. And the best news ever. It's reversible. It's curable. We can fix this. So please don't blame yourself for this, because in the grand scheme of things, if the perception of danger is the core root cause of physical symptoms and mental health symptoms, self-blame is nothing more than more danger. It's not useful. It's not productive. And flat out, it's incorrect. Because this mind-body world that we're talking about here is not your fault. It's where you ended up through your life's experience. But what I will say is it's your responsibility to say, okay, now that I know what this is, I can feel some empowerment by that and know that by implementing some proven strategies, by consistently not blaming myself, not making myself the enemy, basically befriending myself, caring for myself as if I'm somebody that matters to me, then I can make some changes and start to teach the brain this thing I always refer to. Safety. I'm good. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. I'm not mentally ill. I am okay. When the brain gets a message and starts to feel safer, then things settle down. And I always say, symptoms will settle down when you do. And so, super important. Self-blame, self-criticism, and judgment feels like an attack. But it's coming from ourselves so much. And I know it's hard. And it's so easy to fall into it. Oh, I can't believe I did that again. Or I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't stop myself. And on and on and on. We judge and we blame ourselves. If we don't like our state in life, where we are, what's going on, it's very easy to go, it's your fault. It's my fault, right? But I can tell you that that is not conducive to being happy, to being joyful, and frankly, to being healthy without symptoms. Because beating yourself up because you ended up here is not curative. That's not part of the way out. It doesn't help you feel safer. It just continues whatever cycle is already in place. So befriend yourself. Treat yourself like you matter, because you do. Because if you're waiting for the outside world to validate you and give you attention and love and care, but you're not doing that for yourself, it's going to be tough for other people to treat you really well if you're always treating yourself poorly. And I'm not blaming you for this. I'm not saying, see, you're screwing up. You should be treating yourself better. I'm encouraging you to let go of some of those old habitual thoughts and behaviors of self-judgment, criticism, blame. None of that stuff is helpful. TMS, perceived danger pain, symptoms. It is not your fault. Your anxiety is not your fault. Your fear is not your fault. Even your depression is not your fault. Your symptoms, your pains are not your fault. It's just simply your brain overreacting because of hypervigilance and always being on the lookout for things that are dangerous. It's just your brain overreacting and overprotecting you from things that are truly not a danger. And so, super important. Treat yourself kindly. Treat yourself like you're somebody you actually care about. And even if it seems like the world doesn't give a crap, that's okay. Because if you give a crap about yourself and treat yourself well, that's enough. That is enough. Because you're the person who looks at yourself in the mirror every day. You are with yourself 100% of the time. So who would be more important to treat you well than yourself? And look, I'm preaching to the choir here. There's plenty of times where I judge myself as not doing enough, not doing the right things, etc., etc., etc. So I need this message too. And a lot of these messages that I share with you folks come from a place of reminders to me, especially stuff like this. So I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to go downstairs, find some dinner, wander around. There's a place called the Stockyards in Fort Worth, and so that's a block and a half away. So I think I'm going to wander around, find a nice restaurant, get myself some nice dinner, and wrap it up. So, love you folks, and as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.